Okay, I'm going to do a demonstration on how to replace these two filters. We're only going to just do this one though, okay? First of all, I'm really glad I'm doing this video because you got to put the two media canisters here into bypass mode. And this is how you do it. Check this out. These arrows right here tell you which way water's flowing. See this arrow? So it's flowing into the unit and out of the unit like that. So match these two arrows up. Now we're in bypass mode. The water is flowing here, stopping, flowing into this one, and going through there. So no water is going into the canisters here. The reason why we do that is we don't want to lose any air. We don't want to lose any charge in these units. So just put these in bypass. Boom. Okay. Now we're in bypass. You don't have to unplug anything. Just put them in bypass. Now, this valve right here. I just turned this valve off right here. So when the handle is perpendicular, not parallel to pipe, when the handle, that's called a ball valve, when it's perpendicular, it's off. Okay, so that turns off the line that comes over here and comes into the very first filter of this house. This is the pre-filter. It goes through there, goes through this one, goes through this one, it goes through the last carbon polisher, and then look, turn this one off right here. Now we've isolated the house because any further this feeds the house. Okay, so now we've turned off the incoming water and we've turned off the water going to the house. Now we are 100% isolated, or 100% isolated. Grab a bucket. So on the bottom of this big blue housing is a drain valve right here. Go and turn it on. There's going to be quite a bit of water. Okay, the reason why there's not water coming out right now is it's airlocked. This is how to release the air. See this red button right here? The moment I hit that red button, the water's going to come gushing out of there. It's what they call airlock. Put a little bit of atmosphere. Here goes the button. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Boom. Now we put air on top of that water. That's how important air is. Okay, so that's drained. I can go ahead and close this, grab my filter wrench. And just break it loose. At some point in time, you put this up here. Alright. Now when you're taking off, I like to apply pressure up because I don't want it to drop in my hand. So I'm just kind of putting a little bit of pressure up. There it comes. It's nice and light. Okay, any water in there, I'm just going to go ahead and hold on to my O-ring here so I don't lose it, and just dump. And you have a lot of sediment in your water. That is amazing. Okay.
You changed the filter already, huh?
No. So grab onto this little tab right here and pull out your back filter. This housing just sits in there.
Okay.
So that was about maybe an hour worth of running.
How will I know I need to change that?
The rain gauge.
The pressure.
That's a good question. So
the pressure, yeah.
Yeah, so as soon as this gauge starts to get near that red, I mean, it says replace right there, right? It does.
I have a feeling I'll be changing them out pretty regularly.
Right. You shouldn't have to really mess with this housing at all. This is just a housing for the bag filter. But what you do want to pay attention to, if you do pull that out, there's a gasket on the bottom there.
Make sure it's there.
That seals at the bottom of the blue
Okay.
housing here. That is important. Now we grease your O-ring. I would definitely recommend you just to get a few more O-rings and just have them here. They're like $5. You like to put grease
A
on
little
them.
Vaseline.
Yeah, just so when you're wrenching it in.
Right. It doesn't,
Mainly
doesn't
so that
kink.
the unit doesn't lock on you. If you don't, it really friction's in there. I mean, you'd be like, oh, you'd be like,
Yeah, so it'll release.
Exactly.
Good idea.
All right. So that'll help them both, installing it and removing it.
Vaseline work?
I guess you could use Vaseline, but I would definitely use a siliconized grease like that.
Oh, okay.
It's called plumber's grease.
Plumber's
Okay,
grease.
so put it up in here. Apply some pressure on the bottom. Turn slowly so the O-ring doesn't jump out at you. Nice and slow. I'd say just hand tight and a little bit more. So hand tight and a little bit more. That's all you do. Hand tight and a little bit more. Okay, close. Make sure your drum valve is closed. And now we're gonna, yep, Chris is on the valve there. He's gonna turn it on, but then we're gonna have to do the same thing here. Crack. Chris is just gonna crack the valve. It's cracked. Cracked. And then you're just gonna sit here and wait for all that air. Just come over here.
Oh, yeah.
So, right now the water is coming up. He just turned the valve on, so the water is now entering the unit and it's pushing all that air back up here. Right out to this red release button. And we're going to keep holding this red release button here until it starts spitting water out right there. Just a little bit. Once it's
water where?
right where I'm pushing down.
Oh, it'll spit it out.
Yeah,
there.
that air will turn the water. Then you know you got all the air out of it.
Oh.
Then we can turn the water onto the house and not send air out into your house, you know. See the water come through? Oh, there it is.
Good.
Okay, so it's full.
Water's
Now
on.
Chris feels good about fully turning on the valve, 100%.
Yep, that's on.
One up, Chris.
Huh?
One up. Okay, so 100% on. Through here, look. Here, up, through our pre-filter. We have these in bypass mode, so we're 100% to this valve right here. Now we'll slowly turn on the house. And see, the house didn't take any water right now because we isolated the house. That's how important this valve is. So boom, now we're 100% on. Now we can slowly turn on our units here. And everything's still energized 100%, so everything's feeling really nice right now. That way. Okay, 100. That's how you do it.
Voila.
Voila.